All right. So
Okay.
we're back here after the Miss Universe preliminary competition, and we have again Tito Norman calling in from the event where he saw it live. I am so jealous, Tito Norman. How was it?
Oh my God, Bianca, you should have been here. I
I'm
would
sure.
have enjoyed exchanging all these praises about the ladies. And I can't wait to give you my report about it.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. So this preliminary competition, they're choosing 12 girls. Is that correct?
Choosing 12 girls.
All right.
Again, let me remind you that this is just two-thirds of the whole thing. So we are not factoring in the preliminary interviews yet.
Okay, so this is purely
If
based.
Yeah, because if the preliminary interviews will say another thing, then this top 12 might be jumbled one way or the other. But if we are just going to base it on tonight's presentation in swimsuit and evening gown, the one girl who really delivered perfectly, Miss Venezuela, Mariam Habak.
Yeah, so you think Miss
Um,
Venezuela was the top performer of the night?
she is by not by a mile perhaps, but she definitely stepped up to the plate. I think I told you during the lull before we went on air that it's her birthday today. So
Yes.
she really performed with gusto. She really was in her elements all throughout.
I agree.
During the swimsuit, okay, it was her walk that really blew me away. But during the evening gown, when she was just speaking from backstage, entering the stage itself, I thought the gown was okay. And then she started walking and removing the outer layer of
Yes.
her skirt, and boom! Everybody inside the venue cheered loud and the supporters of other countries couldn't help but be amazed.
Yes, I'm sure because here at the Rappler office, we were also quite amazed when she did that
Yeah.
stunt with her gown. And like you said, it is her birthday today, so she
Yes.
really did exude, I don't know, that sort of
Yes.
happiness and
She really did.
excitement.
It's like it's so easy to give her a perfect score.
Yeah, definitely.
Personally, I'm not the type of judge who would be too matipid in giving out scores. But in her case, it's just so easy.
Yeah.
Give her a 10 because she deserves a 10
She deserves
in
it.
both segments actually.
Yes, she
Now,
is a 10 definitely for both.
she is. Now let's go to the second girl on my list.
Yes, actually. So Venezuela is a front runner from the
Venezuela is a
very
definite
beginning.
front runner.
And Colombia is also a front runner. But I don't know, do you think she performed at her top tonight?
Um, she was not as amazing as Venezuela, but she still delivered. In that evening gown, oh God, you need to see the evening gown with your own eyes here inside the venue. She was sparkling.
Oh,
She was
wow.
sparkling, but I would still give Venezuela the higher hand compared to her because actually I placed Colombia and Curacao as second and third, but in
Okay.
all honesty, they're tied.
They're tied.
They're
Okay.
tied for second and third. So practically, parang Curacao is second also.
Oh,
Curacao was as well. She's not a complete surprise. I was half expecting already, pero she was really amazing in evening gown. You should see her walk here. Well, on live streaming, she walks really well. But from our angle here in the lower box, you can see from all angles how she actually plans her walk on stage, how confident she is. and how she sways the skirt and lifts it and shows her legs.
Yes.
And you can see a girl who has trained hard on the catwalk.
Actually, yes, that's so true, Tito Norman. It's very different talaga when you watch something live
Yes,
versus what you watch on TV or live streaming. For example, Colombia's gown, I didn't think that it was sparkly, but since you were
it,
there and you watched it
it's
on
so
stage,
different
it's
here.
very
So
different.
different.
I see. So, and you think that she really delivered well. As
She delivered well. I wouldn't say that she will be my winner, but she should be up there.
okay,
But I will. But I'm not putting her as a sure winner. I would go for the next girl as a potential opponent of Venezuela.
Okay, so for you, you said a while ago Colombia and Curacao they're tied. Curacao gave an. I thought it was the most beautiful performance for
She
me.
did.
It was I don't know, out of nowhere, because I've
Yes.
seen her in photos. Never really paid too much attention because I just thought, pretty face. But once she got up on that stage, she really showed us
Totally
that
different.
she's here to
Totally
win
different.
it, and she's gonna give all these front runners a run for their money.
Yeah.
So for
You
the
know,
next,
during the side event, she was just this sweet girl. But the minute she walks on stage for competition, she turns into a different version of herself.
I see. What about our bet, Miss
That's the next
Philippines?
girl. She will be the opponent of Venezuela. I can tell you,
Oh,
she will be the opponent of Venezuela
so you really think
because
it's Venezuela versus Philippines for the crown?
yes,
Wow.
I would say that. In swimsuit, Venezuela actually has an edge over Maxine. And in evening gown, of course, because I gave Venezuela a perfect 10 and I gave Maxine a 9.5, there is an edge over Maxine. But I know deep in my heart, come Monday, Maxine will really turn up the heat big time.
I
And
don't
for
doubt that.
yeah, and for those who have been bashing her evening gown, I think tonight they have seen how well the gown would look whenever she's walking in motion, because the photos of the rehearsal that were uploaded earlier by those inside the venue, she was just standing on stage, so it looked like just a normal gown. But when she walks with it, huh?
Yeah.
It's a different thing altogether.
Yeah, and even aside from the gown, I loved her hairstyle. I loved her makeup. She
Yes.
looked completely regal, like
Yes.
that old Filipino beauty, like of times before. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
something very classic about her beauty that really shone on stage tonight. I love it.
And you know one thing that Maxine has that the other girls will only crave for is the support of everyone inside the arena.
Yes.
Every time she's not yet in the center stage, huh? She was just stepping out of the backstage, and then the cheers would start increasing in intensity up to the time that she will actually be the one called by host Derek Ramsey and Pia Wordsback. And then that the energy that the audience would give is something that would push her to really perform at her best.
Yeah, and I think she did. I loved her movements. I
Yeah.
loved how outgoing she was and confident and very sure of what she
She
was
is.
doing on there.
So basically, I have a feeling that the edge of Maxine over Venezuela would be, interestingly, the preliminary interviews.
I guess.
You might be surprised why I said that, because that is where the charm of Maxine will be appreciated by the judges.
Yes.
Because Maxine is a different person when you're talking to her face to face.
One-on-one. Yes.
Yes, one on one, even 5-on-1.
Actually, yes. I've talked to her a few times, and I love who she is. I love what she stands for. She's such a happy
Yeah,
girl. I love
the
her.
sweetness is not superficial. It's really natural.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
about one of her Asian
Thailand,
contenders? Yeah, Thailand.
Thailand,
How do
Thailand
you
has a
think?
signature. She has a signature walk,
Uh-huh.
and she knows how to project very well.
Mm.
But it was actually in her evening gown when I just appreciated her to the max. No pun intended to the max. But her evening gown was, I don't know, there's something about the Thais.
Mm-hmm.
They have a way of creating evening gowns that have a certain drama around it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Different from Venezuela, but this time when she lifted the back portion of her gown,
Mm-hmm.
it really shows how an expert she is in projecting and in presenting the gown itself. That's why I gave her a 10 also in evening gown.
Yeah, because you can see how she studied everything. So, like you said,
Yes,
her gown was very beautiful in a very unique way, that
yes.
whole drama. And then you have this girl who has her signature walk because she has been training very, very hard and studying her moves. And
Can
tonight
you
she was
imagine?
able
Can
to
you
do that.
imagine the gown of Thailand? It's gold in front and black on the back.
Ah, it
So
was gorgeous.
it's unique.
Very, very unique. And I
Yes,
think she showed a little bit of a Pia kind of
yes.
aura to her, right?
And that should make up for the rumors I've been hearing that she's not happy with her interviews. So
Oh,
that's another story altogether.
do you mean her closed door interviews or just her
Yeah,
interviews with media?
somebody told me that she wasn't too happy about it. Of course, I cannot really judge if she really didn't do well, but she
She,
felt that she could have done better.
oh, so maybe because she felt like she needed to have done more in her interviews, she really gave her 100% tonight.
Yeah, more English, I guess.
Yeah, maybe, maybe.
Yeah,
So after Thailand, who do you think would be
these are
next?
the consistent girls. These are the consistent girls.
So Venezuela,
Australia,
Colombia, oh, Australia. Okay.
Australia, Brazil, Dominican Republic, and Nicaragua.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
I'm 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 collecting this as a quartet
Okay.
because all four of them delivered as expected.
Mm,
Do you
mm-hmm.
know which of the gowns is
Your favorite?
my favorite among all is the one word by Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic.
There's really nothing mind blowing
Mm-hmm.
about it. It looks like a bustier,
Mm-hmm.
but with detailed embroidery hanging like a cape around her neck.
Yes.
And when she walks, you will just say, that gown is mine. Something like that. Now,
Wow.
Australia,
Mm-hmm.
she is expected to project that kind of spontaneous Miss Universe vibe that everyone is looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
She really knows what she's doing on stage, just like Brazil.
Yes.
Brazil is a performer, but her performance is always tempered.
Mm.
She doesn't overdo it. She doesn't want to look explosive on stage,
Mm-hmm.
but she still registers very well on the judges.
I see.
Now, Nicaragua, the fourth on the quartet,
Mm-hmm.
Nicaragua, I also expect her to perform and deliver well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that the evening gown was not the best in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But at least she carried it very well,
Mm-hmm.
and that pushed me to give her a score that would match in the swimsuit portion.
Oh, I see. So
Yes.
just a quick recap. You said that Australia, Brazil, Dominican Republic, and Nicaragua were your consistent girls, saying that
consistent girls.
you've been expecting them to perform just as they had.
Yes.
Dominican Republic, you loved her gown. I loved her gown as
Yes.
well. Australia, you saw that, as you called it, carefree kind of attitude.
Yes.
Yeah, just enjoying it. And for Brazil, you think that she's still tempered, like she hasn't given her everything, or
Yeah, I think she can give more.
maybe
But
she's
it's what
holding
she,
back.
I guess so. You know, that's the thing about being presented in alphabetical order. That's also the advantage of Venezuela. She's second to the last. She already knows that she's ready to really give her best out there because there's only one other girl after her to come out.
Oh,
So that's an advantage also of being second to the last.
so the order matters.
The order, yeah, because it's alphabetical. So Venezuela will always be one of the last two to be called.
Yes, and lastly for Nicaragua, you said that you thought that she carried herself very well. We're not a fan of the gown.
Not too happy with the gown because it could have been better. That it was a red gown that really covered almost everything in her body, and she could. Well, let's just say that the saving grace always with Nicaragua is her face.
Yes,
Her face really arrests anyone looking at it.
she has a very angelic face.
Yes, very
nice.
angelic.
You love looking at it.
Yes, I thought at first that she looked thin based on pre-arrival photos. But when you see her face to face in events, oh, she's really mighty fine. Yeah.
I hope I can see her in person soon.
You will.
Wink,
You will.
wink to anyone who can make that happen. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. You know, if there's an after party, wink, wink.
All right, so let's move on. So we have how many more? We have 1, 2,
we already
four more.
discussed 9.
We looked at 9. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you actually
And
have
11
14 girls that you think will make it to the top 12.
Yeah. I have Spain, Panama, Indonesia, Netherlands, and Sierra Leone. Okay. Spain, I always wanted Spain to perform well because her face is very regal.
Yes. She looks
You look
like
at her and you can see someone who would wear a real crown and be like the Princess of Spain or something like that.
She looks like real royal blood, monarchy.
True. She really looks like that. And tonight, she did perform better than expected. She wasn't in my original list of top 12.
I see.
The next girl is also a surprise for me, Panama.
Panama. Oh, okay.
The good thing about Panama is she is a professional model. So she has really walked the runway ever since she was a teenager. So doing catwalks is second nature to her.
So she's comfortable doing it. She
She
owns
is
the
very
stage.
comfortable. And her evening gown is very, it's both sexy and dramatic at the same time.
Yes. Oh, yeah, because she has those little see-through portions.
See-through.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's see-through. And you know, you cannot always say that you can carry a see-through gown perfectly well.
Yes.
But she was able to move around it in such a way that, this girl deserves to be noticed.
I noticed her actually as well, Tito Norman.
Yes.
And it was because of that confidence she had on stage and the way she
Yeah.
moved her gown. She knew,
Yeah,
again, what to do.
because prior to the preliminary competition, nobody's really paying much attention to her. Probably because she's allowing others to take the spotlight. But I know that she has been observing everyone. And I know for a fact, Bianca, that Miss Panama has been checking all my photo uploads on my Instagram account
Has
because
she?
it always notifies me that Miss Panama just liked
Liked
your
your
photo.
photo.
And very frequently at that.
That used to be me.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God. Now we're going to danger zones now.
Oh no. All right. So who next? So we have Spain, Panama,
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Okay.
Indonesia is the girl I want to perform on top. In swimsuit, she was safe. I would still put her on top 12 because there is a certain charm around her that would make the judges give her good scores.
I
Her
completely
smile,
understand that.
yeah. Did you notice what happened to her during evening gown?
I did, and I was rooting for her, and I think she recovered very well.
Yeah, she did. You know the good thing about it? It's rule of thumb among judges to key in your score within the first 5 seconds or so.
Yes, it's very quick.
So when she actually almost tripped, I think that the scores were already keyed in.
Oh,
So
okay.
that would be safe.
If
Uh,
anything,
the
yeah.
actually, what can you say about her gown, Bianca?
I don't know. I actually am torn between really liking it and not liking it
Uh-huh.
so much. It's
We are on
very
the
different.
same page.
It's
We
very
are on the
different.
same page.
Diba?
From a distance, well, my first reaction was, oh my God, it's a black gown. I have nothing against black gowns, but because I love black gowns, but in beauty pageants,
It's not
I
recommended.
just, I don't, I'm not a big fan of black gowns in beauty pageants. It reminds me of what do you call parang net. It's like it looks like a net from a distance. When you come close, you come closer. There's small squares and everything. It looks like a tapestry of something.
Yeah, because on top the bodice is like nets,
Yeah.
right? And then
I,
the
I, I
flowing
thought
skirt.
I was hoping that there would be another drama in that dress, but she still performed within my expectation. I just wanted her to do better than that.
Next time on Monday on Coronation Night.
Yes.
I think.
And I hope she really makes it to top 12 because, as I've said, we are now discussing ladies in the precarious number, what, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yes. So.
These are very dangerous rankings. Now, the next girl to Indonesia would be Netherlands, who is another professional model.
You know, I've been following her since she won the
Yeah.
Miss Netherlands competition, and
Yeah.
I think she's very, very beautiful. But I don't know, Tito Norman, how did you like her performance tonight?
Her performance was just right for me. But the thing is, it was something just right, but that it also deserved a score that would put her within striking distance of the top 12. I have this thing about kinky hairs. It's either you like it or you don't like it. But somehow have you seen her photos outside this preliminary competition? She's
Yep.
a chameleon.
Yes, I have.
She can style herself so differently.
Yes.
But I like the girl. I like the girl. But after Miss Indonesia, whom we discussed before Netherlands, we are talking now of girls who have teetering chances of making it or not.
Yes.
Yeah. And following Miss Netherlands would be Sierra Leone.
I love how she's the first delegate to
Yes.
compete in Miss Universe from her country.
Actually, between her swimsuit and evening gown, I liked her swimsuit performance better because she can really show how confident she walks on stage. In evening gown, she used the same walk, but because her body is already covered, you cannot really size up everything on how she would negotiate or maneuver herself around that gown. But she still walked with a lot of confidence. Actually, among all the African candidates, she wins confidence level hands down.
That's true. I believe that as well. I see it in how she presents herself on stage, even
And
during
Bianca,
the events before.
have
Yes.
you heard her speak?
Not yet.
Oh my God, you'll be inspired.
Really? She's a
Yeah,
great
because
speaker?
she's very articulate. She is very articulate. But of course, that's beside the point now because we're talking of the preliminary competition.
No, but we can think about the one-on-one interviews, and I guess if she's
Yeah.
very articulate,
I'm
she,
sure.
she must have done very well
Yeah,
yesterday. This is so exciting.
I'm sure. I'm sure she did. I'm sure she did because she has a very intelligent way of answering questions from a different perspective. You do not expect her to answer cookie cutter replies.
Oh,
So that's what makes her special.
as we say it here in the pageant world, it's not pageant patty.
Never,
Never pageant.
never pageant Patty. It's probably because she is really deep into her causes. Just like you have your NGOs.
Yes.
She really is into her charitable causes also, and it projects well whenever she talks about the things closest to her heart.
Actually, one of the parts of the preliminary competition that I liked is that we got to know the girls a lot more via the voiceovers, and
Yes.
their accomplishments are incredible. A lot of them work with charities. A lot of them are studying. Some are scientists,
Yes.
athletes. So Miss Universe is really not just about how they look in the swimsuit or in a long gown, but
Bianca,
they're
which makes
accomplished.
me which makes me just say, don't you think that this is a better version of having just a purpose?
I'm sorry, Tito Norman, if this is a better version?
This is the better version. This universe is a better version of beautiful women with a purpose. Because, like, no, I'm saying that because that the other pageant has already removed everything that has reflections of ladies in swimwear and everything. But this one, the candidates have shown that they also have very deep causes to work on. They have their advocacy.
Yes.
So it makes them also significant. It's not just glamour. Yeah. Uy, parang intriga yun.
I can't wait to find out who is gonna get into the top 12.
Me too.
I want to get to know these girls more. They're so interesting. I wish I could strike a conversation with them. I'm sure you have many times.
Not many, but I've had the chance.
You've had the chance.
I've had a chance.
You're so lucky. I don't know. Do you have anything to add? What should these girls do now? They've done the preliminaries.
They've done their part.
Uh-huh.
The thing that they should do now is to play catch up with Venezuela.
That's really the number one job. Venezuela.
That's the number one job.
Put the bar up there.
Of course, I have said earlier, Bianca, we haven't factored in the preliminary interviews yet.
Yes.
I'm not sure how well she charmed the judges. Because remember, Bianca, she had her preliminary interview the day before her birthday. That's a different thing altogether. You
So,
might find it funny, but there's a different projection when it's your actual birthday as against the day before your birthday. Some people might find that odd, but I'm talking from probably my background as a psychologist. So I hope she did very well during interviews, because if she did, then we already have the number one performer all throughout in the preliminary.
actually, I have a question, Tito Norman. I don't know
Yes.
if you know, but during the preliminary interviews, do they have translators with them?
If they wish to have a translator, they can do so.
I see.
But the thing there is, um, if for example you're Spanish speaking and you need a translator, there has to be someone else also in the room who can validate the translation itself. So if, for example, let's say Miss Venezuela would ask for a translator and there happens to be a Spanish-speaking member of the panel, there has to be another person, there has to be a third person in the room who can tell if the translation is
Correct.
accurate.
Wow, it's so complicated. This is super exciting, and I
It
cannot
is.
wait to find out what's going to happen on coronation night. So I guess we're going to wrap up now. Thank you, Tito
Yes.
Norman, for all of these beautiful insights. Your knowledge on pageants is beyond me. So,
Well, that comes to the age.
okay, thank you so much. So thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you, and thanks for watching, everyone out there.
And one more habol, Bianca.
Yes, Tito
Let's
Norman.
keep on voting for Miss Philippines Maxine Medina in the Global Fan Vote.
That's true, guys. You heard that. Please go vote for Maxine or any of the candidates that you want to support.
Yeah.
You can go to the Miss U app, I think, and Twitter
Miss
and
U
all.
app,
The
Twitter, or Bodhi.
Miss U app or Voti or Twitter. So go
Yes.
on, make your votes, because if your votes actually count a lot, because it will move one of the
Will
girls
automatically put a girl in the top 12.
to the top 12. So yes.
Yes.
So here we go. Thank you again, everyone. Tune in.
Thank you.
On
And
yes.
we'll see each other on Saturday.
Yes, actually, on January 28th, Tito Norman and I, we will be talking about the pageant ahead of the coronation night. So
Yes.
we're going to do a little bit of chismes, chica.
That's true.
Talk
I'll
about
tell
the
you
girls.
more juicy things on Saturday.
Yeah, so juicy. Wait up for
Yes.
it. So yes, see you on January 28th, guys.
28th.
This has been Rappler. Thank you.
Yes. Good night, everyone.
Night.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.